If you noticed a statement of the foreign minister, he said China is much more powerful than us. He said China is much more powerful than us. How can I pick a fight with them?
Look, they are the bigger economy. I mean, what am I going to do? As a smaller economy, I'm going to go pick a fight with a bigger economy.
If you noticed a statement of the foreign minister, he said China is much more powerful than us. He said China is much more powerful than us. How can I pick a fight with them? Matlab, at the heart of the ideology is cowardice. अगर वो मुझसे कमजोर है तो मैं अपने 5-10 मित्रों के साथ उसको पीट दूंगा, मगर अगर वो आरएसएस वालों से तगड़ा है तो फिर भाग जाते हैं. If someone is stronger, and the foreign minister of the country is saying it, you imagine he's saying China is stronger than us, so we can't fight with them. Achha, the British were stronger than us, so then we shouldn't not have fought with them. How would we ever get independence? How would we ever get independence if we had followed the BJP's principle and the RSS principle? The Prime Minister simply stating that nobody has entered our territory demonstrates that he does not understand the threat. Because the message to China with that statement is you can do it again. And that message was sent to the Chinese by the Prime Minister of India.
I think they are deliberately misrepresenting the situation. I give you two very specific examples of that. You remember that ho halla which happened on a bridge? You know, they were building a bridge in Pangong Tso.
Yeah.
When did that area actually come under Chinese control?
Yeah, I've seen that. You said that it is long back.
I'll tell you when it came. The Chinese first came there in 1958 and Chinese captured it in October 1962. Now you're going to blame Modi government in 2023 for constructing a bridge which the Chinese captured in 1962? And you don't have the honesty to say that is where it happened. Or let me give you another example. You know, these border villages. Now there were border villages which have come up in areas which the Chinese actually, you know, in Longju, there was a clash and it's not a secret, you know, at that time it was hotly debated in India, in the parliament, in the media. So what happens, you do the smoke and mirrors, you know, say, oh, there is something happening here. It's almost like 1962 never happened. It is like, you know, we should be, let me give you a very a different example. Everybody says, you know, we should be having our troops up there, we should be building border infrastructure. Hello, why didn't you build that border infrastructure?
My concern, and frankly I've had conversations, I've had one conversation with the foreign minister. In my view, he doesn't understand the threat. Right? It was a conversation I had in a committee meeting. I can't comment on it, but he just doesn't understand it. And he can keep saying what he wants. But in my view, the government is not understanding the actual threat from China.
Rahul Gandhi didn't get convinced by you. In fact, he said that, I think you were, I don't know the exact words, but I think he said that you did not know much about foreign policy matters. You needed to learn a little more.
Well, let me put it to you more accurately. This wasn't at a parliamentary committee. I mean, in parliamentary committees, we have interacted, but usually what happens in parliamentary committee, I try to keep to myself, so I will not get into it with you either. This, I think, was something he said at some kind of public meeting somewhere. It was
That you don't know much about.
I think he, look, I cannot vouch for the exact words either, but I think it was probably in the context of China, if
China.
I remember right.
Yeah, he's not convinced about China.
Yeah,
that
but I
he
mean,
thinks
look,
that
now
you are
what-
opaque about it.
I don't know whether it's opaque or whether, there was a sort of a level of knowledge, understanding. I mean, all I can say in my defense is I have been the longest serving ambassador in China. I have been dealing with a lot of these border issues for a very, very long time. I would say, let me put it to you this way. I'm not suggesting I'm necessarily the most knowledgeable person, but I would have a fairly good self-opinion of my understanding of what is out there.
Okay.
But if he has superior knowledge, wisdom, I'm always, as I said, for me, life is a learning process.
Superior knowledge, wisdom on China.
If he has, I'm always willing to listen.
Okay. And learn from Mr. Rahul Gandhi on China.
If you think that that's a possibility, I have never closed my mind to anything, however improbable it is. If I were to sum up the China thing, I mean, please do not, buy this whole, I would say, again, I use this word, this narrative that somewhere government is on the defensive, somewhere we are being accommodative. I mean, I ask people, if we were being accommodative, who sent the Indian army to the LAC? Rahul Gandhi didn't send them. Narendra Modi sent them. Okay? We have today the largest peacetime deployment in our history on the China border. Okay? And we are keeping troops there at a huge cost with great effort. We have increased our infrastructure spending on the border 5 times in this government. So now tell me who's the defensive accommodative person.